Hey guys, Mindset Arc Podcast, Dream episode 40 something there, and I'm holding my microphone in my hands, so if the sound quality will be a little bit bad sometimes, well, that happened. I just had basically 5-10 minutes to record all of this stuff, so I didn't even prepare. I demolished all of my sets before, and I didn't have time to just rebuild it all. So we're gonna have to do it like that. And today, the theme of today is a little bit of annoyance, and like literally talking about annoyance and how it actually just in the head, in the mind, and it's it exists only if you allow it to exist. At least I think it is. This theme started a couple of days ago by 2 or 3 spam mails coming into my mail, into my contact form on my site, which I, of course, didn't put any filters to because I just didn't think that it was worth it. And yeah, so I receive sometimes something like that. Almost all of that I received was spam in some way, and receiving it reminded me of my 365 project, on my first one. And when I just started, I had a lot of when I started sharing my stuff, when I started putting hashtags. So for the context, I did photography, Photoshop 365 project. When I edited Photoshop, my photos with Photoshop so they would look kind of surreal, and I uploaded it all onto my Instagram account that was created for that purpose. And at some moment after a couple of months, I decided that okay, I need some recognition from someone else, and I started putting hashtags there, and people started noticing me. But also, who lurks in hashtags on every major platform? The bots beat the advertisement, of course, but I didn't know that at that time. And I think the first time I put in hashtags and immediately in a couple of minutes received like 3 or 5 replies with, "Oh, your photo's great, share it on that account." And I was like, what is happening? I don't even know what's going on. Because I didn't know that that's how they promote everything. And yeah, later I realized that, and I was really annoyed, really pissed off on them because I was so worried about people noticing me, about just being able to be seen. And the first reply I get from the bots, what? I was really angry by that for a while. And for almost all of this project, I hated these advertisement bots because I had to block a lot of them. I had to just delete. I didn't want these comments to exist in my comment section there. I wanted it to be only people's comments, or even it's better to be empty. And I guess that's totally reasonable. But I hated that I had to do that. But towards the end of that 365 project, I started, it was correlated with me almost starting coaching, or at least switching in my mind to something more positive thinking, more acceptance, and not worrying about just something frustrating happening in my life. I was specifically focusing on reducing the amount of frustration I feel in my life. And I noticed in these spammers how, like, there is always something good in everything that we receive, no matter how bad it is. The the worse the situation, the harder it is to find something positive, but it is still there. And I learned to be grateful for these spammers and just people promoting stuff, not people, bots, right? I I remember thinking at that time that if they can find me, if they can find me through the hashtags, through all of that, and just spam under every of my posts, everyday posts, then that means I am noticeable. I understand that they don't really care, they just spam all of these hashtags, everyone who posts, they just immediately reply. But that means that if they can find my posts, if these algorithms, automated systems can find my posts, then the real people can if they will go the same way. And that was what happened actually, and that was what was already happening. Some people found me, and I had some people who were also doing something, like some people doing 365 projects and some people doing just art stuff, and there was like a little bit sense of community there. So the people really could find me there. But even after that, even after I already had these people around me, these bots became the reminder that, yeah, I'm not alone there. Even if I didn't get any of the comments, any of the recognition, I didn't promote a lot of my stuff, I didn't put it anywhere else because I didn't believe it can be useful. But if they found it, then it means I am somewhere. Because if I just created something and no one can find that, the bots cannot find it as well. So that was good stuff. And going back to my blog, to my website with the blog, I understand that not a lot of people read me right now. And if you're listening to that after a year, if I don't know how much audience I will have after that. I will totally have some audience. I don't know how much. But if you listening to this, if you're watching to this after some time, right now only a couple friends read me who I recommended this stuff. Maybe a couple of more people that I met in person or talked in some way. So they haven't found me through my posts or my videos at this time, at this exact moment. I already knew the people who are reading me. And of course, I'm not getting any of the mails, questions, people contacting me. That just doesn't happen right now. But being able to to be seen by these spam bots, that means I am somewhere in these lists, and that means I was visible somewhere. Maybe through Reddit, where I posted a little bit of my stuff. Maybe through my YouTube channel. Maybe it is actually can be found already in Google or somewhere like that. But if they could find me, then the real people can as well. And that today's episode turned into me just realizing that, just rehashing that I can be seen already, even if I don't get a lot of audience right now, I am still out there. I can be seen by someone, and it will only improve with time. But for now, these bots are a reminder for me that I am visible, at least, and I just need to improve the visibility. So, but going back to I guess that will be the topic of episode, talking about spammers and bots and how they are a good thing. Let's leave it at that. I actually originally wanted to talk about this stuff, and yeah, let's just have the theme that even in these annoying things, even this annoyance, something that we experience, something that affects us, maybe that's other people who annoy us, who we don't like what they are doing, or we want them out of our lives. They are there for a purpose. Even if that, even if it's purpose of us recognizing that we don't want this in life and changing something. If you don't like something in your life, there is only finite amount of times you're gonna notice how you are frustrated or annoyed by something before you can actually go and change it. I think I talked about this in some of the previous episodes. I definitely talked with one of my friends about that. We called it something like negative pressure, where, or like negative positive progress, something like that, where a lot of negative things that, by negative I mean something that we don't like, something that uh, not really productive and kind of annoys us and just ruins our mood and doesn't give us anything in return. That is a progress as well. Remember that it is a progress, because it builds these fuck it moments inside you, because you're feeling bad a couple of days, maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe years. It's not productive, and probably there is a better way if you know it. And but even if you cannot find a better way, even if you cannot take it, eventually after some time the pressure will just build up by being that annoyed, and you will start changing your life. The only focus there needs to be for this pressure not to take a couple of years. Like, people just stay at the jobs they hate for 5 10s of years and something like that. In relationships, that is the common thing as well, for tens of years with the people they don't really like. So what I want to say is, that is a huge segue. But I'm gonna say only one thing, that just be careful and take time for reflection from time to time. Take time to go deep inside your thoughts, so you won't get stuck in these moments for a long time. And how did I go from annoyance to that? But whatever. I definitely cannot focus my thoughts today somehow. And I'm gonna be wrapping up here. Yeah, I want to give you one last advice at the end of this. If you're annoyed by something, if you're frustrated by something, you have the right to do so, and it will still help you. But take a step back if you can and see what you can be grateful for that thing. and probably it will just improve your progress and make you will be able to be happy in the moment and to enjoy the present while you're working on improving your life and removing that thing that gives you annoyance, because yep, that is our goal, to switch to our environment that will just gives us a lot of enjoyment. Okay, I'm gonna end up here definitely now. Thanks for listening and have fun in your life.